Hi, welcome back to the power of model drawing. Now, today we are going to look at creative model drawing once again. Until by now, I think every one of us should know the basic of model drawing if you have watched my lessons. So we are going to put everything together and to draw out a word problem. So always remember, model drawing is not really about solving the problem. Yeah, it has to do with solving. But the most important thing about model drawing is to be able to draw out the problem. Alright, so the focus is on the drawing out of the problem. And then once you can draw out the problem, then the solving will come later. Alright, so let's look at example 1. Now, Pauline had some money. She spent $29.90 and 1/5 of her remaining money on some books. So how do you interpret the fraction? This fraction refers to the remainder money and break up. So you have the remainder money has 5 boxes, and one box is spent on some books. She then spent 3/7 of what she had left on her lunch. So what does this fraction refers to? It refers to what she had left. It means it means what? It means the leftover money, right? So are the two fractions referring to the same thing? The 1/5 and the 3/7. No, 1/5 refers to the remainder money, right? That is before she buys some books, and the 3/7 refers to what? The rest of the remainder, right? The rest of the money after she had bought some books. So which means that the two fractions don't refer to the same group, so you don't make the denominator the same. Alright, so break up. So what she had left is 7 boxes, and she spent 3 boxes on her lunch. And in the end, she realized that she had 1/3 of her money left. Alright, so what is this fraction referring to? Now this fraction is referring to her money, all her money. And how do you break up? You break up, it means that the money, all her money has 3 boxes, and 1 box of the money is left. Okay, so it's left over here. Got it? Alright. Okay, so you can see that there are quite a few fractions over here. So what do we do if you see more than one fractions? You need to ask what they are referring to. Alright, so let's recap again. Now, 1/5 of the remainder money. What is 1/5 referring to? The remainder money after she spent $39.90, right? And what is 3/7? 3/7 refers to what she had left after she had bought some books. Agree? And then you break out the fraction. And then what is 1/3 of her money? It means that 1/3 refers to her money, right? All her money. And then break out the fraction. So her money has 3 boxes, and then 1 box of her money is left. Now, if you look at these 3 fractions, which 2 fractions, or are there any fractions that refer to the same? No, we don't have, right? Every fraction refers to different things, right? The first fraction refers to the remainder. The second fraction refers to the rest of the remainder, and then the third fraction refers to the rest of the remainder. Okay, if you want to call it that way. Okay, so they all refer to different things, so we can't make the denominator the same. Okay, for those who still don't understand, when we draw out the model, then you will be able to see. So Pauline had some money. So let's draw out the rectangle. So this is all her money, and she spent $39.90. So you cut out 1 box, and this is spent on what? On some books, right? She spent $39.90 and also 1/5 of the remainder. Okay, so this is not just the money spent on books. She still spent some more on books. So you cut the remainder. Where's the remainder? Which is the right side of the model. Cut it into 5 boxes, and she also spent 1 box of the remainder on books. Alright, so let me just label nicely. So over here, okay, I'm going to label as books. Okay, spend on books. Agree? Alright, so the remainder has 5 boxes, and she also spent 1 box of the remainder on books. She then spent 3/7 of what she had left. So where is the leftover? The leftover is the 4 boxes. Agree? And you can see that what she had left, there you must have 7, right? You can see that the total parts of what she had left is 7. So can I cut the 4 boxes, which is the leftover, into 7? Cannot, right? So we can't cut the 4 boxes into 7 parts. Then you drop down. What you cannot cut, you drop down and cut into 7. And now she spent 3/7 of what she had left on her lunch. So this is her lunch. Okay? And you draw until here already. Now in the end, she realized that she had 1/3 of her money left. So where is the money left after she spent on lunch? It will be here, right? Okay? So this is the money that she has left after she spent on lunch, and that is 1/3. So remember, you can put the fraction onto your model like this, right? So make it simple so that you don't have to keep drawing some more, right? So she had 1/3 of her money left. So that means that if 1/3 is the money left, then there must be something called 3/3. 3/3 means 1 whole. So 1 whole must be all the money at first, right? 3/3 means all the money. Okay, agree? So if you don't want to draw more, right? If you don't want to draw too much, then you can actually put the 1/3 onto the model. But you can actually still draw some more. But to make it simple, we can put the 1/3 onto the model. She had 1/3 of the money left. Okay? Right, so you can put the whole fraction onto the model. So how much money did Pauline have in the end? So that is to find the leftover. Question mark. And oops. Okay, let me just undo. Okay. Okay. Alright. So okay, so how much money did she have in the end? So your question mark, where is the question mark? This is 3/3, right? What we mentioned just now. If there's 1/3 of the money left, then all the money is 3/3. And how much did Pauline have in the end? So your question mark is over here. And how many books did she buy if one book costs $5.75? So we can put a question mark beside the books. How many books? So how you want to label is up to you. Alright, but that's how you draw the model, right? The model is done already. Okay, now if the model is good, then you look at the model and use it to solve. So can you see that what you cannot cut, you drop down? So there are 4 boxes on top, and there are 7 boxes that you drop down. So which means that, let me use a different color, and which means that if I don't want to cut because there are so many boxes, I can put 4 units, 4 units, and so on. So every box is 4 units each. And on top here will be 7 units each. Why? Because what you cannot cut, you drop down and you cut into 7 boxes. So you have 7 boxes each. Okay, and do the same for the remainder, for the rest of the remainder, for the whole remainder. So the remainder has 5 boxes, right? So you cut every box into 7 units. Okay, now you can start to see something already. Can you see what is the leftover? You have 1/3 of the money left, which is how many units? Which is 4 times 4, right? 4 times 4 units, there will be 16 units. And all the money is 3/3, right? 3/3 is all the money at first. So there will be 16 times 3, 48 units. So you can add on to your model. This is 48 units, right? Okay. And if there is 48 units, then can you find how many units is this? So you take 48 minus 35 units. Okay, 48 units means all the money at first. And you minus the remainder, which is 35 units, right? And you will get 13, right? 13 units. And whatever you have found, you put it onto the model. And then your 13 units is $29.90. So you find 1 unit. So 29.9 divided by 13, and you get 1 unit, $2.30. So how much money did Pauline have in the end? In the end, she has 1/3 of the money left. And isn't that 16 units? So you take $2.30 times 16, and she has $36.80 left. Right? Agree? Right? So 1 unit is $2.30, so you times 16 units left, and you get $36.80. So how many books did she buy if one book costs $5.75? Okay, so can you find how many units did she spend on the books? 13 units plus 7 units, she has spent 20 units on the books. So how much is 20 units? So 20 units will be 20 times 1 unit is $2.30. So that will be $46. So she spent $46 on all the books. So how many books did she buy? Then you take the money that she spent on the books and you divide by how much is one book, which is $5.75. So 46 divided by 5.75, and she has bought 8 books. And you have solved the problem just by looking at the model. So again, when you draw the model, it may be different from how I draw. Everybody has different way of drawing, but in the end, you are going to use your own model to solve, and that is the whole idea, right? You don't copy my model and try to solve. Of course, you must know the different guidelines, the different the basics of you must know the basics of model drawing, and then you use that to draw out your own model. All right. So, but try not to refer to earlier examples. Try to come up with your own drawing. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Wow, so wordy. So this is I think it should be a 5-mark question. Now there were 2,700 color cubes in a container. 9/25 of the cubes were red. So by now you should know how to interpret. It means that the fraction refers to the cubes. The cubes have 25 boxes to cut. I mean, you draw the model, so all the cubes have 25 boxes, and the 9 boxes are red, and the rest were blue cubes and green cubes. The ratio of the blue to the green is 3:1. Half of the green cubes were then removed from the container. Okay, what does that mean? What does this fraction refers to? Half refers to all the green cubes, right? And then you break up. The green cubes have 2 boxes, and one box was removed. Okay, so how many blue cubes were there at first? And express the green cubes left in the container as a fraction of the total number of cubes in the container at first. And your answer is in the simplest form. Alright, looks hard, but no, it's not really. Alright, you need to change your mind to understand that once you know how to draw the model, or once you know what is model drawing about, and then you should find it quite easy. Alright, the problem, it looks hard, but it's always about the model. Alright, the focus is on the model. So how do you draw? There were 2,700 cubes in a container. So I would like to draw a long rectangle, and I like to put the total, which is 2,700. Alright, and that's my first sentence. And 9/25 of the cubes, so too many boxes to cut. So what do? I put 25 units like that, and 9 units were red. Okay, 9 units were red. Okay, now one of the guidelines to model drawing, or rather one of the tips, Mr. would like to give some tips. If you can find important numbers, please go and find the important numbers. For example, you can see that your 25 unit is 2,700. So your 2,700 is a very important number, right? So you find 1 unit, and then you divide by 25, and you get 108. And then you can find how many red, which is 9 units. So 108, and then you times 9, and you get 972. Now, why do we do that? Because these are the actual numbers. 9 unit, 25 units, they are just representation. So which one do you like? You want the actual numbers, or you prefer the the representation? This time we'll prefer the actual numbers, right? So what do? So which means that I got the important number ready, so I can actually just put it inside. Alright, put the important number inside. Okay, and then what happens? Then keep reading. The ratio of the blue to the green. Oh, by the way, the rest were blue and green, so we haven't labeled yet. So let's label. So 9/25 were red. So let's label red, and the rest were blue and green. Okay, so let's label blue and green. Okay, and you're until here. Right, no solving. It's just drawing and a little bit of finding out the important numbers. The ratio of blue to green is 3:1. Oh, I can put 3 is to 1. Now, do I call units? Well, I don't call units. Why? Because I already have used the units already, right? Like 25 units, 9 unit. I cannot call 3 and 1 units. So what do? You can call them parts, all right? Or if you don't want to call them parts, you can actually circle them, right? To show that it's 3 times, all right? And the green is 1 time. Okay, so what do? Well, you can start to add on to your model, which means the blue and the green add together must be 4 boxes. So can you cut into 1, 2, 3, and 4? And not only that, can you see how many is the blue and the green? So 2,700 and you minus 972. So 2,700 minus 972 and you get the blue and the green. And what is that? That will be 1728. And whatever numbers you found, please add on to your model so that it becomes clearer and clearer. Alright? And that's 4 boxes. Right? 1728 is 4 boxes. So now can you divide by 4 to get 1 box? So 1728 and you divide by 4 and you get 432. Alright, so you just 432. So actually what I'm doing is I'm drawing and also solving at the same time. Okay, so can be done. Alright, you draw and solve at the same time. Right, and then it becomes clearer and clearer as well. Alright, so now can you find how many blue? So the blue has 3 boxes. So isn't that 432 times 3? Because you can see the blue has 3, right? 3 boxes. Okay, so 432 and then you times 3 and you will get 1296. Okay, so yeah, 1296 blue. Alright, let's put down 1296. And how many green? Well, the green has only 1 box, that is 432, right? And you have all the important numbers already, right? You have all the important colors, and you can see how many of each type of color. Red 972, blue 1296, green 432. Add them all together, 2700, right? So how many blue cubes were there at first? And you got your answer, which is 1296 blue cubes at first. Okay? Alright, now half of the green were then removed from the container. So can you find how many green left? So half of the green. So what do? Well, half of the green. So can you find how many green were taken out? So half times 432. And you have 432 divided by 2. That will be 216 green cubes left. Right? You take out half, so you will have another half left. So this is the 216 green cubes left. Okay, so express the green cubes left, which is 216, as a fraction of the total cubes at first, which is 2700. Okay, so key in the fraction into your calculator and then you simplify and you will get 2 out of 25 of, alright, the fraction is 2 out of 25 and your answer must be in the simplest form, right? And you solve the problem, right? So how many green cubes were left in the container? So 1296 blue cubes are blue cubes at first, right? You have 1296 blue cubes at first, and what is the fraction, right? Which is 2 out of 25. Okay, so you can see that it's quite a wordy problem, right? It's a wordy problem, but what happens is still about the model drawing. So if you can draw the model, you can still solve the problem, right? But just draw steadily, all right? Don't be too rushed in your model drawing. Understand the sentence, right? One by one, break down the problem, and then draw out sentence by sentence. Okay, so that is your example number 2. Okay, now so let's go on to practice problem, and I will give you about 10 minutes to try to work out on your own. All right, so your time starts now. Okay, so do you manage to solve it? So let's highlight. A packet of sweets was shared among Ariel, Beth, Christy, and Dawn. Ariel and Beth took half of the total number of stickers, while Christy and Dawn took the rest. Ariel has twice as many as Beth and Dawn had 32 stickers. Given that Christy had 1/3 as many as Beth. Now, if you see a fraction like this, Christy had 1/3 as many as Beth, arrow pointing. So the numerator points to the first person, denominator points to the second person. So how many stickers were there in the packets? Okay, so let's draw the model. So what kind of model would you like to draw? Parts whole comparison. Parts whole model is more suitable because we don't really see there's no more than or less than. So alright, so let's draw out the parts whole model. So you have a rectangle that represents the stickers, and the packet of stickers was shared among these 4 persons. Ariel and Beth took half of the total, so you cut into half, and that is Ariel and Beth, while Christy and Dawn took the rest, and that's the other half, right? Okay, now Ariel has twice as many as Beth, twice. So what do? You can put 2 units. If you don't want, you can up to you. You can put 2 and 1. Another way to represent if you don't want to call units. And you can see that these 2 persons together has 3 boxes. So you cut into 3, right? 3. And if you cut one box into 3 smaller boxes, do the same for the others, right? And of course, label, right? You can also label Ariel and Beth, right? Okay. And where are we now? We are until here. And Dawn had 32 stickers. So you put 32 onto your model and until here. Now, given that Christy had 1/3, so Christy had 1 box and Beth has 3 boxes. So if you look at Beth, oh, Miss Dawn put, Miss Dawn, okay, there's a slight error. Now, Ariel and Beth took half. Ariel has twice as many as Beth, and you can see that my label is a bit wrong. So let's change the name. So Beth has 1, Ariel has 2. Am I correct? Now it looks better. Alright, so be careful with the labeling. Okay, now let's continue. Now Christy had 1/3 as many as Beth. So it means that Christy has 1 box, right? And Beth has 3 boxes. So if you look at the model, can you see that that Beth has only one box here? Okay, 1 box. So what do? Can we cut it into 3 smaller boxes? Yes, we can. So you can 3, 3, 3. Every box must also cut into 3. So if you cut Beth box into 3 smaller boxes, do the same for the whole model, right? And now the whole model has all equal units already. And now Christy has how many? Has 1 little box. Beth has 3, Christy has 1. So this is Christy, right? 1 tiny little box. And Dawn must be the rest. Alright? So this is Dawn. And what do you call every little box? You can call them units. So every box is called 1 unit. Alright? Okay. So how many stickers were there in the packets? So your question mark is to find the total. And your model is done. Okay, so you draw out step by step. Slowly, alright, slowly draw out the sentences. And now you can see, look at the model and how to solve. Dawn has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dawn has 8 units. So 8 unit is 32. So 1 unit is 4. So how many stickers are there in the packets? So you can continue counting 9. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So there are 18 units altogether. So how many stickers in the packets? 18 times 4, 72. So again, it's the model drawing. So focus on the sentences. Draw out the sentences. All right. So draw out sentence by sentence and build your model. All right. As you read, you are also building. All right. Whatever numbers that you have found, build on the model, and the model becomes clearer and clearer. And then once you have finished reading the whole problem and building at the same time, then what do? You should be able to solve it, right? If you draw properly, label properly, all right, you should be able to solve it just by looking at the model. All right, so we come to the end of our lesson on creative model drawing. So stay tuned for more drawing lessons to come.